Now we gotta go to...
Where?
CVS. The council is pushing it. Joe?
Yeah.
I love you, son.
I love you too, Daddy.
Okay. Oh, my head.
Your head?
I'm gonna take some Excedrin when I get home. This motherfucker hurt.
You know, it'd be real convenient.
What's that?
I have to go to Rockwell on a Friday at 4 p.m. and then they take 2 hours. And then we go get something to eat, and then a certain place that I like to go in Rockwell opens at 7.
Yeah.
Mommy say, "Where did you go?" "Oh, we just went and got something to eat." And see a friend.
That see a friend would not be a good thing to say, because then the FBI is gonna,
Oh, yeah.
because you know how she is.
Yep.
Who, why, where, when.
Yep.
Of Faisal Islam in Phoenix, Arizona, at the one of the new plants for TSMC. This is NewsHour. I thank you for coming along today. It's 3:19 and you're listening to BBC NewsHour. More news in just a moment on listener-supported 90.7 WFAE. I'm Mike Szymanski. Partly cloudy skies tonight in Charlotte, a low near 66. Support for the BBC comes from our listeners and the British International School of Charlotte, aiming to inspire high school students through an international curriculum and IB diploma program, preparing them for college, careers, and a global community. More at bischarlotte.org. And also the Duke Endowment, working with grantee partners for more than a century to nurture children, promote health, educate minds, and uplift spirits throughout the Carolinas. More at dukeendowment.org. This is NewsHour. It's live from the BBC World Service with me, Tim Franks. When I visited Syria earlier this month with NewsHour, we brought you a series of reports from the country, one of the
key impressions that certainly I came away with was a country caught between hope and fear. Hope, of course, now that the appalling abuses committed by the decades-long Assad regime were over, and hope that the economy, with 9 out of 10 people below the poverty line, could begin to improve. Those hopes grew last week after Donald Trump met Syria's new leader Ahmed al-Shara and announced that he'd lift stifling US sanctions. But we also heard deep fears from some in Syria that Ahmed al-Shara was still at root a fundamentalist militant, an Islamist authoritarian, and that 2 recent spasms of sectarian violence presaged a bloody and intolerant future for Syria. The worst bloodshed was 2 months ago when hundreds of members of the Alawite minority, the minority to which Assad belonged, were massacred in reprisal for attacks on government security forces. We can now hear from someone who is a witness to the violence and has thoughts on where the...
Can win.
Huh?
Can win. Anything that man does to make life better, somebody will find somewhere something wrong to criticize.
Yep. What's the difference between the open border crowd and like me being down to try anything from anywhere in the world?
Say that again.
And what's the difference between the open borders crowd and like me being willing to experience pretty much any country, any food from...
Well, that's very, very simple. What you're doing is not illegal. Crossing the border without a visa is illegal.
I'm talking about the crowd that wants open borders, that doesn't want like a nation state.
Shit in the brain, because that's utopia and it does not exist. You say, I want to live in Paris. And that's fine, but the problem is that these people coming across, I want to live in the United States, and I want the government to give me money and give me benefits and give me health care so I can live in there.
You know, as I try more food, there's more and more parallels. You know what a lot of food in anywhere but the Spanish Caribbean, a lot of the other Caribbean food is like?
What?
Indian food.
Yeah. What kind of influence do those non-Spanish Caribbean countries have?
Some of them have a lot of Indians. Some of them have British influence, like the British West Indies.
But I mean,
Guyana is pretty much all Indian.
Bibbidi.
Yeah, Guyana, they speak.
I'm going in here to get your mother's medicine, but I want to go in here because I want to get some
What?
nuts, but I forgot the name of the nuts that I want to get.